Hi. As you can see, we're taking the CDC's guidelines very seriously here. We're wearing our face mask and observing all the proper... Hey, put your face mask on! What? So as I was saying, we really want to stick to the CDC's guidelines for the new normal. Wearing our face mask, not sharing the basketballs as we're shooting around, and really abiding...
They're sharing the basketball.
Listen, guys, I already told you, stop sharing the basketball. Just, quit. Just go play. We're trying to shoot a video here. All right, guys. Oh, man. Wrong mask. That's better. Oh, yeah, let's get this going.
I'm open.
Foul on the defense.
What did I do?
Dude, you broke the 6-foot rule, man. Hey, get your arm off of her. 6 feet apart. Charging!
I didn't even do anything.
Woo! Broke the 6-foot rule. Full body contact. CDC says you need a shower now.
No. Fill the shoe. No.
Watch out. We got a man got to be clean. We gotta clean him. CDC said so. Hold still, you sissy. You gotta be clean.
Get that coach.
I'm done with this. So, like we've been saying, we're really wanting to get used to the new normal and abiding by all of the guidelines that the CDC is asking us for the new normal. Hey DYM, I hope you're having a good time and enjoying the video. Once again, we had a lot of fun making this one, and I like that we got to have more people a part of it. But you know, you kind of looking around the world right now, and people are talking about the new normal and a lot of new things that we're having to do. And so I did this for the purpose of showing, you know, talking about the new normal, but then what does normal Christianity look like? And there might be some things in our lives that we may need to change in all ways, because we're always seeking to grow and learn and be more like Jesus. So we're going to jump right into this and start talking about what normal Christianity looks like, at least according to the Bible, right? So in John 13:35, it says, by this shall all men know that you are my disciples, if you have love for one another. So if you love one another, man, there's got to be something significant about this. Not just a weak, passive, oh yeah, I love you. No, it's a fierce, a passionate, protective, defending love. Think about the love that Jesus showed by his death on the cross, that you would be willing to lay your life down for one another, that you love one another. That's what it's meaning. It's not something weak, something cheesy or corny. This is something fierce, and it's a love that perfect love that casts out fear, right? Can you imagine something like that? This is what you as a believer will be known by your fierce love. Another one, Mark 16 verses 17 through 18. And these signs shall follow them that believe. That's you and me. In my name shall they cast out devils, shall they speak in new tongues. They shall take up serpents, and if they drink any deadly thing, it shall not hurt them. They shall lay hands on the sick, and they shall recover. man, this is beautiful. Demon chasing, body healing, snake picking up, and poison drinking. Now I'm not saying to go and do this and intentionally test it. That's tempting God. But should something like that happen, it's not going to hurt you. These are the things that follow us, right? These are the signs that show that we're believers, that we love one another, that we see miracle signs and wonders occurring. This makes me think of a guy out of the book of Acts. Let's go to Acts 14. And in Acts 14, we're going to pick up talking about Paul and Barnabas. So just a quick recap, or not recap, just to catch you up on what's happening here in Acts. Paul and Barnabas were going around, and they were preaching the gospel, and they were healing those around them. And it says that while they were speaking, there was a man that was crippled his whole life, was listening to them. And when they looked at him, they saw that he had faith to be healed. And so they told him, hey, stand up and walk. A man that has never walked in his whole life. So he stands up and starts to walk. And all the people around them started gasping and freaking out, saying, oh, the gods have come in bodily form. And they went around gathering things to make sacrifices to Paul and Barnabas. Kind of a problem if you're a believer, that people start making sacrifice for you, thinking that you're a god. That's not something that we would want to happen. And that's what they did. They took it very seriously. It says that they rent their clothes and they started crying out and saying, like, no, like, don't do this. Why are you doing this? And then wouldn't you know it, the Jews show up and start stirring stuff up. So it says in verse 18, even after saying these things, they were barely able to restrain the people from offering sacrifices to them. Some of the Jews who had opposed Paul and Barnabas in Antioch and Iconium, you know what I'm talking about, read it for yourself, arrived and stirred up the crowd against them. They stoned Paul and dragged his body outside the city and left him for dead. In the King James Version, it says they were supposing that he was dead, like they thought he was dead. They stoned him and they drug his body and just left it laying out there thinking he was dead. This is not something fun. But check this out, because you remember when we were talking about how miracles, signs, and wonders, and you're going to be known by your love. It says, when the believers encircled Paul's body, he miraculously stood up. Paul stood and immediately went back into the city. The next day he left with Barnabas for Derbe. He went to a different city. It says that when the believers encircled him, what happened? He stood up miraculously. He needed the believers just like we need one another. And then what did he immediately do? Went right back into the city. Right back into the city where they just stoned him, thinking they thought they killed him. And he went right back into it. He left, went to another city, continuing to do what he was doing. And then it says that he retraced his steps and he came back to the city again, showing love, never changing who he was. That's the life of a believer. This is how we will be known. That no matter what somebody does to us, we continue to love. And they see the power of God in our lives. This is the new normal. This is the life of a believer. That they would know you by your love. And that they would see the power of God evident in your lives. This is what I want. And I know that this is what, or I believe that this is what others would want, that you would want. So think about it, pray about it, seek God in it, read these scriptures. The book of Acts is crazy about these things that these guys did. But this is just normal Christianity. And I want to see DYM be full of normal Christians. I love you guys. I can't wait to see y'all again in person, but I'm hoping you're enjoying these videos just as much as we're enjoying making them. Once again, we love you, and we can't wait to see you. Bye, y'all.